Guys, we got a new Saab in the family. It's another 9.5, of course, because we really don't like the 9.3, especially not the General Motors 9.3 that they passed 2003 and newer. So we got another 9.5. This one is a 2001. I used to have a 2001. Love that car. I'm actually planning on going back to a 2001, but this car is not mine, of course, because I can't have so many Saabs. Officially I have two Saabs. One of them are mine that I actually use every day, and the other one is my wreck that still waiting for an insurance claim on. Like, this happened in May, still haven't happened yet. So, this is a friend of mine's car, and it is a 2001 9.5 estate, or wagon, or sports wagon, or whatever you call it. It has 136,000 kilometers on the clock. Very low kilometers, compared to 2001. That's like I believe that's under 100,000 miles. Also, it is a 2-liter engine with a manual transmission, and it has hardly any rust at all. Like, this car has been driven by before the previous owner got it. It was a 70-year-old woman that had that car. Like, she died, unfortunately, and the car had been sold. And this previous owner had the car, and the car started smoking out the exhaust, and the workshop told him it was a head gasket failure. So he decided to sell it, and he sold it very cheap, very cheap. Like, I've never bought a car except for my Toyota that was this cheap. So this car was very cheap due to that. There we got a message. But the thing is, I'm not sure it's a head gasket, because the car has 136,000 kilometers. It's very unusual for a engine, a Saab engine especially, to blow a head gasket at that low kilometers. So what I'm thinking is that turbo on that car looks to be original, and I'm guessing the turbo is gone. So I'm going to make a trip down there now, and of course bring you with me, and see if it is the turbo or if it is the head gasket. Ugh. Well, the Saab always starts. Well, apart from when it didn't start when the bearing spun, but it did make a nice noise, and it's let up a lot of exhaust smoke. So yeah, there's my wreck. You can see this. You can see it's a bit tangled up on the side there. It's completely worn. It's smashed into the side. Got him trailer hit it, so. Or a truck hit it, so in 90 kilometers an hour. So yeah, that's how it looks after being hit at 90 kilometers an hour. The hood is still fine, but it also bent the other side of the car. You can see the quarter panel is bent. That's not because it hit the railing on the other side. It's because the car actually twisted. So yeah, let's go to that other car. So here it is, the beast, or the beasts. So you can get a wider look from it, because this is a wide-angle lens. Don't have to walk that far away. You can see it's pretty straight and nice. It needs a wash, of course. Nothing to be talked about when it comes to dents. Okay, so there's one dent and one cracked rear lamp. So like typical corner damage in here. So it got a little dent here. Thankfully fully... Oh, that's down to the metal. Have to do something about that. And there is also the broken tail lamp pair, but that's not an issue. That's also stopped working when that happened, because I believe water's gotten inside and destroyed the electrical connections at the inside. Also, there is a crack in this one here, so both of these need replacing if you want two good ones. Other than that, this is green plates. The Norwegian green plates, they stopped doing it, but Norwegian green plates, this means that this car is a it's a two-seater. It's a work van, whether like they want to call it. So it comes with brand new, unused, in plastic seats, rear seats. Also floor mats, like Saab branded original grey floor mats. It came with a rear tail light, which we have. We have another one of those. See, because we have dismantled the car, so it's just a bunch of mess all over the place. So this here is getting polyurethane bushings and going into the aero I was talking about earlier. So let's see here. There's a couple of like headlamps there, or rear tail lamps there, and there should be one in that shelf there. So also got a couple of seats with this is a good seats. They are manual seats, but they're good seats. Also a 04 dash. The differences between the 03 and 04 dashes is that this is black, but the earlier are gray. Also the floor mats, like all of it, like we took out everything. All the rubber thingies. Here's that turbo we had in the garage. That was a bit too much shaft play for my taste to even be using. Yeah, you know what I mean. When it builds up oil pressure, it should be fine, but you know, we got it for free, that turbo, so we didn't pay anything for it. Or we paid a couple of beers for it. That genuinely, we paid a couple of beers for that thing. We got a strut. I believe this is the this is the assembly going on to my friend's Aero, because it needed a wheel bearing, so we thought let's just upgrade the front end to the later model front end, so it's easier to replace the wheel bearings when they go bad. Also has a better tie end links, or what do you call it. Also, this easy to find parts for the later models, because they produce so much more of them. The rear shocks are the same. Well, speaking about shocks, this thing, you can see this. You know, I'm going to get a flashlight here, or my phone rather. This thing has yellow Koni adjustables all the way around, even in the rear. So this thing is super nice on the road to drive. It's like no clunking, nothing. And you know, this is a Norway car. We sold the roads here. It's like crap. Hate it. You saw my car earlier. Look at the quarter panels on this thing. Like, there's not even beginning to rust. Like, there's nothing here. Like, nothing. But there is rust in the fenders here. And that's down there. But this is normal, because here is Saab. You know, Saab, you think that, oh my god, side skirt, so cool. But really, this was a problem, because it started rubbering through the paint here, and salt and shit hit it, and, well, it rusts. So yeah, it appears to have new brake rotors in the back, because they're not very rusty. Or they were rusty when we picked it up, but you know, I can show you my main. You can see the inside of the rotor is nice. Or the middle there. It started to blank up now after we dragged it for 90 kilometers, or actually 100 kilometers. I believe we dragged this car for 100 kilometers without the engine running. I am sore in the foot right now, because that brake pedal is stiff when the car doesn't run. Front rotors, we're not sure yet if we're going to need to replace those or not, but come on. Oops, there. There you go. A little bit scratched up. Probably what you can do here is just drive the car and see if, when you fix it, and see if they will fix themselves. Here are the Goodyear tires. There are some, I mean, one of those efficient grip. So those are the cheaper brands or cheaper tires. My friend actually has a set here for his Aero. These are 19-inch tires for his Aero. He likes these rims. I'm not sure. They're okay, but no. Brand new rubber on them. Can't really use them this year because, well, it's nearing winter. But I have a couple of winter tires here. There's a shit winter tires. If you look at these tires and think that those are good, you need to do something about yourself. These are shit tires. These are like Michelin tires, and yeah. Also, not only Michelin, we also got, I believe we got a couple of these, but we sold one. So these are Ultra Grip Ice 2. Which I don't understand is that they're called Ultra Grip Ice and they're studless. That's the thing I don't understand with them. This car came with 2 sets of winter tires, one with studs, one without, but we haven't got them yet because the previous owner has them in a storage locker in a other town. Thankfully it's 20 minutes from here, but he's not home at the moment. So going into the inside of the car, like, yeah, he needs a clean, but like, yeah, it's a, like, 135,608 kilometers. Like, can you believe that? From this car. Also, has an engine and cabin heater built in. The cup holder is broken. Thankfully we have another one of those. Yeah. Now they won't come out. Display works. This appears to be working as well. Radio is working. Like, there's a blown out bulb here and stuff. I believe that's the only bulb that's gone out. Brake light failure because the one light has a missing bulb here. The headliner where lights works. So this thing works. Oh my god, this goddamn, you know, they're owned by old people. They put all kinds of stickers in the car. So yeah, you go TCS off, TCS on, off, on, or there you go. Came with a quarter tank of fuel. That's good. Clutch seems fine. Like, gear shifter is nice and solid. Like, no problem. Oh, it's so nice. Especially going to 5th. Holy shit, this car is nice. 4th, 5th. Oh my god, this transmission is nice. So yeah, electric windows, and I'm pretty sure all of them work because that's down, and the rear on this side is also down, but the other one is not. I have to drive with the windows down when we drove because it was cold and it fogged up on the inside. That's also why we have a bunch of papers on the dash here. It has a microphone here for something. I'm not sure what that's for. It's probably some... Oh yeah! Of course. It's for this. Which this car has been removed. So also down here you see cabin heater. I mean, the dash is boring, but like we have, see if I can show you this. If you can get in here, this here. Oh, so much mess here because we have so much stuff. There's a couple of dashes down there. Oh, hold on. There you go. See a couple of them. There is one silver and one brown. So, like the wood thing. So, I believe the wood thing is going into this car because the silver one is going into a different Saab. Well, I just got off the intake tube, which was a pain in the ass because the C-clip holding it on had like fastened itself to itself, so I have to hammer it out, but it's out now. So there's turbo down there, so you can place the phone somehow. Ooh, well, thankfully I have a case on my new phone. Should have like a cat phone or something. You know, those super durable thing. There is oil in the intake there, and the old turbo looks old, and that turbo is shot. Yep. That turbo is shot, so I guess I found the problem. Yeah. This is so bad. I've never felt a turbo this bad. It's probably a centimeter worth of shaft play in there. Holy crap. Let's see if we can get my phone in there and see if we can film it. Hold on. So here we go with my phone, and oh my god, I don't have the flash on. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Aha, there we go. So, turbo is down here. Oh, so you can film it. Focus, phone. Focus. You want to focus? Come on, phone. You can do this. Hey, there we go. So, let's see if I can get my finger in here. Yep. There you go. That turbo is, well, it's shot. It's dead. It's not worth. I don't believe we could save that thing. Don't believe that. So, well, worst case, there is this one, which has. Well, let's see if we can focus on this. Consider it less shaft play, but we have a turbo that's way worse than that again. Well, it isn't worse than shaft play, but it's worse condition. Look at this thing. Oops. So, new turbo. I believe that will be the only thing this car needs, because that right there will cause the exhaust to smoke. What mechanic said? This mechanic said to this guy that, oh, your head gasket is blown. Remember, this car has a turbo. Those turbos break down. That turbo is not even working anymore. Yeah. So, like, personally, guys, I haven't experienced this bad of a turbo on any car, like on any of the cars I worked on. I've seen turbos that have been blown. Way worse than that again, like blades have just shattered all over the place. But I guess this car has been driven really nicely because the turbo didn't explode inside in the intake housing, which is good, because then it means that well, the intercooler isn't full of turbo pieces and stuff. So hopefully that's not an issue. So yeah, you can buy a nugget, or whatever you call it. Doesn't mean the car is perfect, but of course we bought this knowing it had a problem, knowing it had some kind of engine problem. Oh, holy crap, look at this, it doesn't have any rust on the door hinges. Wow. So yeah, we knew this would happen, or there was something like that. Okay, so this door looks good. It's starting to rust down here, like in the corner there, but other than that, looks nice. Wow, it has soft trims in the door. I've never seen this before. That's new. That's cool. That's actually very nice. Now this was kind of hammered, but on the wall here, look at this. So yeah, looks great. Very good car for the purchase. Very nice. So yeah, I guess it's safe to say that that turbo needs replacing. Well, here's our ghetto method of getting air, or all the smoke that got into the garage when I drove it in last night. There's this one. This garage was so full of smoke you couldn't even see through it. You can go into the smoke and didn't see anything. You couldn't see your mate like standing right next to you. It was so thick. So we had to open both windows and stuff. We started blowing with some cardboard pieces, but then I got an idea. We have this radiator fan here, and I was like, what if you go one cable on one post and on the other and starting blowing with a radiator fan. I have no idea that was the correct way. That was not correct. That was the wrong way. But you get the point. Radiator fans have good flow. So yeah, we plugged it in so it goes the correct way, and used to blow through the garage from here, and blow through so it blows out the windows. And well, right now it doesn't smell anything in here, so that's good. It smelled like shit in here earlier with all that oil burning up in the turbo. So yeah, the vacuum hoses, yep, they need replacing. So it looks like we are going a little trip to our local, like, what are we gonna call it? We'll call it AutoZone equivalent to Norway, or something like that. They have pretty much everything we need. I believe they even have the turbo, but I'm not sure we're gonna buy a new one, or if you're just gonna go on the train and upgrade to a TD04 and remap the car. Which, I mean, has done 135 or 136,000 kilometers or whatever it is. Hasn't done anything. Yeah, it's a bit oily. It's a bit oily. Right here, it's a bit oily. But that is from this, which I just found out. So, sealing that up, giving the car a nice wash, like some gasket leak from the valve cover here, and probably on the inside, because those always fail, so it goes out the side there. But other than that, like, I don't know, I haven't seen anything. I mean, the top gaskets is probably the worst thing I've seen. So let me get a flashlight again here. See if you can see the side here you normally don't see. Ah, that's dry. What about here? Chain tensioner is leaking. Well, that's normal. So the alternator looks to be a genuine alternator. Says even 130 amps on it. So also has the latest version of the crankcase ventilation system. So all of that is, well, good. The turbo failed because it's a Saab. The turbo fails. One thing I did find is these stickers. And the interesting part is, yeah, I have no idea which brand this is, but this, I know what that is. Speed bars. There is a sports air filter, or sport, and it says that this car it has mounted a sports air filter, and it says that you should follow the procedure to cleaning the air filter. So this is probably some kind of a cone style filter inside the, well, it's not a cone style, it's a fabric style filter in the bumper, and not the paper style. So yeah, still has the original gearbox. Has the small intake tube. That's interesting. They have done some speed parts work to this car and kept the small intake. Yeah, it's good for, well, it's good for 300 horses, but you know. But now I'm wondering, does this car have a speed parts chip on it? Because if it does, that explains why that turbo went out that fast. So yeah, the only way to check that actually really is to remove this plastic here. So if you remove this rubber here and lift up this plastic, it wasn't. See, you're missing the pin there. That's why I'm thinking this car. Oh, okay, Jesus Christ! Don't love these things. I hate these things. Okay, so there we go. And there's some 10mm holding down that thing. So I'm actually going to go in here with a 10. See if we can find a long. Or actually, I do have an extension here, so I can do. There you go. There we go. Oops. There we go. And now I can go in from, well, somewhere and see what kind of a brain this car has. So yeah, be right back. Well, long and behold, this car has a speed parts chip on it. Or brain. That's interesting. I will see if I can pull the software from this thing, because if I can do that, man, I would love to put a speed parts software on that thing. Oh my god, that's so cool. Wow. So yeah, this car has a speed parts brain, has Koni shocks, has a speed parts air filter. Like, it doesn't even have an engine heater. Like it's for the price we paid for this. Okay, so we paid 5,000 kroner for this car. 5,000 kroner is the equivalent of $400. And yeah, you may think that's expensive, but for us, like, we get, if we would consider wrecking this car, like giving it to the wreckers, we will get 3,000 kroner in return for wrecking it. So, well, essentially, we only bought this car for 2,000 kroner, which is less than $200. So that's something. That's something. That's a great purchase. Even though it only has 2 seats. But the good thing about that, you won't get those annoying passengers. Oh, can we get a ride, please? Because no, sorry, no. You can make a bed down here, back here. I have actually slept in the back of the 9.5 there. It's actually comfortable. And this is flat because it has the it has a flat loading space, because this here, it's supported underneath. So it's so yeah, flat loading space. Oh, there we go. This is the heater for the car, for the cam heater and the engine heater. Wow. I was actually considering buying this car. I was considering buying it. The thing is, this was owned by a 70-year-old lady before the old man, the previous owner got it, which was, you know, he was not old. He was like in the 40s. I don't know. It's so weird. He even just had it for 1 year. Man. So yeah, guys, that's actually, well, that proves that you can buy a needle in a haystack if you just take your chances. Well, this car was so nice. We bought it because it was nice looking at, like these wheel arches. They're nice and like, ooh, so nice. Ooh. It's rust. It's not rust. It has low kilometers, and we thought head gasket job. No, doesn't really cost much. And even though we have to, if we had to do a head gasket on this car, it would still be a good purchase. So, but getting all these extras, holy crap! Like the Koni shock absorbers in this car, they're yellow, and that means they're adjustable. So you can actually adjust how hard they should ride, but you cannot do it while they're in the car. You have to dismantle them from the springs and stuff to actually adjust them. But you know, you get the point. You can do it, which is interesting. So yeah, this thing is it's a sleeper. I would tell you that. Yeah, 16-inch rims. Does not have any spoilers. It's boring to look at. Like, okay, it's not boring to look at. It's actually a really nice car. I really like the car in 9.5. It has a lip though. So it has the front lip. And that's pretty much the only aero it has. It does not have the wing, like nothing. The shark fin here is broken. Like it looks like a grandma car. Sorry to say that, but it looks like a grandma car. But I guess that's a good thing. So this car, I have no idea how much power that ECU has. It's probably some papers in the car, if it is papers in the car. that tells you how much power this car has. If not, you could probably just call out Speed Parts, get in the part number on that ECU there, and they will probably tell you what kind of power output this car has. I'm guessing around 210, because that's very normal. Speed Parts chip these 210. More than that, you should really consider buying a turbo, but of course the turbo, well, broke. So, well, you never know. Maybe the turbo broke because of the high tune. These turbos, they don't like the high back pressure when you run them hard. They have a small turbine or small exhaust turbine. They have the downpipe on these cars are pretty restrictive at high flow. So that means that the Garrett turbos especially, they fail prematurely because of the downpipe. But if you replace the downpipe, you can actually get the Garrett turbos to actually go pretty far before they break. I've seen people pushing 280 horsepower reliably out of the Garrett turbo, so it's not a problem pushing that kind of power. You can push over a bar of boost with that Garrett turbo. But yeah. Wow, I will tell you that much. Wow, and then I can tell you this much. This car will use less fuel, average driving, and super extra urban driving. So that's good, because these cars have not known to be a fuel efficient car. These things suck fuel like tomorrow. It's insane. The 2-liter engines. Pair that with the automatic gearbox, you get the worst experience. I can tell that much because that car, my car back there, normally it's a 2.3, but it has a 2-liter in it now. That normally was made with this automatic gearbox. Because my engine broke down, had that engine, and when that thing was stock, holy crap, that was. You use a liter per 100 kilometers, or. A liter it's a liter per. No, I can't remember. Well, it's a liter per 100 kilometers or something. I don't know. No, that can't be right. A liter per 10 kilometers, I believe it is. Something like that. It uses a lot. The SID said always 10 something. Now it shows 10 something all the time because I used my car. Like the SID showed 10 something on super urban driving. It shows that still, but not on super urban. Or extra urban, whatever you call it. It shows it now when I'm city driving and stuff. But when I'm driving like long distance, like 80 kilometers an hour, like very nice roads, it gets down to like 0.8, 0.7. It gets down there. But now I have tuned it, so it has 185 horsepower. So what I'm thinking is, taking that ECU there and see if I can read off the bin file which is on it. Because if I can read off the bin file, I really doubt I can do that, because it's a Speed Parts ECU, and I can say this much is they have probably put some kind of a copy protection on that ECU. So if it doesn't let me flash the new software, I can just rip all the tuning stuff off it and put it on my car. And see if we can put a Speed Parts chip on that, because my car only has a TD04 turbo, has a less restrictive exhaust, has open intake. It's actually a very nice setup, like considering everything. Like it's a very nice setup. So, anyways, this thing, great purchase. I'm gonna wash my hands here, go through the papers in the car, and see what we are looking at here. But wow, that's a good purchase. That's for sure. Holy crap. So yeah, the color in this car is 268, which I believe is steel gray or something. No, that's not steel gray. Is it? I don't know. It's kind of a light silver thing. Normal tire size for this car. Well, for some reason it says that the normal tire size is 225 45/17. This car doesn't have that. This car has 215 55. 215 55/16. So these tires are actually a bit too wide for these rims. But I guess that's cool. You get more rubber, more contact. It rides like a boat though. Like they're really wiggly tires. So a good set of 17s on this thing will suit it nicely. But of course now winter season is coming. Not really caring about that. But Jesus Christ, holy crap, this is a good purchase. The steering wheel pulls to one side when we pulled it. That's one thing we did notice. It like pulls to that side, to like the passenger side. So you have to counter steer with your steering wheel to make it not do that. So I'm trying to figure out what that is, but what I think could be an issue is that, well, first of all, this brake rotor, you can see that, look at this. It's scratchy, like it has like scratched in it. Come to the other side. And this thing, oh, can't really see that, can you? Well, it's polished. It's like clean. So what I'm thinking is I have a sticking caliper. That's what I'm thinking is. But I'm not sure yet. But if it's a sticking caliper, oh, let me show you one more thing. I believe I have calipers. If I don't, oh shit, I don't have calipers. Not here. I have at home. Because I have, I think I have 4 or 5 calipers for a front set for a 9.5. So yeah, this has the smaller brakes because the 2-liter American people, sorry guys, you didn't get the 2-liter 9.5. Oh, thank God for that. I can tell you that much. 2.3s are way better. They're way torquier down low, so they're way easier to drive in traffic and stuff. But this is a manual, so the manual transmission 9.5 is a much better driving experience than the automatic. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and wish us luck with this speed parts tuned 9.5 with no rust on it. Wish us luck on that. Maybe a TDO4 turbo going in this thing.